beliefs that aren't true. And out of those beliefs that aren't true, we do crazy things. And in our insanity, we call those sins. When you get sane enough, you realize it's not a sin. It's someone doing their best. I know sometimes it doesn't look like their best. You say they could do better. And they could, but in that moment, no, they couldn't. They were in too much pain. Right? You've got to rise above that. So forgiveness is the way. You must forgive. And what is forgiveness but just letting go of your judgments? That's all. Yeah, just let go of your judgments, folks. Now, how can you tell when you need to forgive? Here's how you can tell. You have been given a guidance system that will guide you right back to peace, love, joy, and heaven. It's called your emotional body, but we haven't learned to read it. We've been told the wrong things about it. We've been told if it gets out of hand, medicate it. Right? No, that's your guidance system. So here's how it works. If you're feeling peace, love, and joy, and that's peace, love, and joy is my umbrella statement for all those wonderful feelings like enthusiasm, excitement, passion, creativity, curiosity, all those wonderful things that we feel in life, right? When you're feeling those things, your guidance system is saying, yep, you're on track. You're heading back to heaven. You're heading back to love. You're heading back home. Keep walking in that direction. Follow your passions, folks. Do what brings you joy. That's how you get back. Now, the other side of your guidance system is this. When you're feeling anything other than peace, love, and joy, which again is my umbrella way of just saying all those wonderful things, if you're not feeling peace, love, and joy, then you need to do some forgiveness because you're holding on to a belief that isn't true. You're feeling sad, you're feeling lonely, you're feeling grief, you're feeling irritated, you're feeling confused, you're feeling upset, you're feeling angry. That's your guidance system saying, hold on a minute, you just activated a belief that you hold that isn't true. Forgive. Let it go. Because the only way you feel that way is because you made a judgment about yourself, which got projected onto others, which gets projected onto the world. And the world is reflecting that back to you, folks. This is a reflective universe. This is a reflective world. It's wonderful. So if you're not feeling peace, love, and joy, just stop a moment and go, okay, I'm holding something that isn't true here. Not sure what that is, but I want to head back to love. Spirit, when I'm ready, let me know what that is, and I'll forgive it. I'll let it go. And just walk back to love. Get back into that's all you need to do, folks. It's that simple. That simple. So you have this guidance system. So let's talk a little bit more about heaven. All right, since your guidance system is what's going to get you there. It says in the course, heaven is not a place nor a condition. It is merely an awareness of perfect oneness. Let him take charge of how you would forgive, and each occasion then will be to you another step to heaven and to peace. Wow. So we become aware of that perfect oneness through forgiveness, and we get closer to knocking on heaven's door. All right? With every act of forgiveness. So, yeah, welcome those feelings that aren't peace, love, and joy, because they're going to tell you what it is you're holding on to that you need to let go of. It's all good. It's all good. Even the bad feelings are good when you use them the right way. Right? Yeah. So that's what we need to do. Now, in the course, it also says this about heaven. The face of Christ has to be seen before the memory of God, or heaven, can return. The reason is obvious. The face of Christ is the great symbol of forgiveness. It is salvation. It is the symbol of the real world, the happy dream. Whoever looks on this no longer sees the world. He is as near to heaven as is possible outside the gate. Outside the door, right? Yet from this gate, from this door, it is no more than just a step inside. It is the final step, and this we leave to God. God will bring you home, but you got to get to the door. Why? Because God created you with free will. I sometimes have to wonder if he regrets doing that, but no, we were created after his likeness and image. He has free will, and so do you. What does that mean, free will? It means you're free to believe whatever you want to believe. You can believe it, whether it's true or not, doesn't matter. Believe what you want to believe. You got free will. Here's the problem. Once you have a belief, you kick in the creative process. Did you all know you have created your own life? You're going, oh, no, I didn't. My parents did. My teachers did. My boss did. My spouse did. No. You created your own life, and you do every moment. Here's how the creative process works. Same creative process God uses, same one he gave you to use. He created you to create. Okay? Starts with a belief. The belief leads to a thought. The thought will then generate a feeling or an emotion. That emotion will generate an action, a behavior, and out of that you'll get an experience. That's the creative process. So be careful what you believe. Now, you want to know what you believe? Very simple. If you're believing the truth, you'll feel peace, love, and joy. If you have a belief that's not the truth, you'll feel something else. That's your guidance system. There's your forgiveness. You need to let go of the beliefs that aren't true and start believing what is true. All right? So that final step, God takes himself, but we, through our forgiveness process and our forgiveness practice, have to get to the door. And then we have to knock. There's an old saying about Bob, who passed and went to heaven and knocked on the door. And he knocks on the door and he hears a voice going, who's there? And the voice says, and Bob says, Bob. And the voice says, come back again. So Bob goes away and thinks about this for a while and goes back, goes, I got it. He knocks on the door. He knocks and the voice says, who's there? And Bob says, I am. Voice says, very good. Come back again. So Bob goes away and he thinks and thinks and thinks. And he goes back and he says, knocks on the door and the voice says, who's there? And the reply is, you are. And the voice says, enter. Do you remember when Jesus said, I and my Father are one? He remembered who he was. Everybody say that with me. I and my Father are one. Let's say that. I and my Father are one. You just took a step towards heaven's door. That's remembering who you are. So I'm going to wrap this up with reading something to you from a book called A Year of Forgiveness. A Year of Forgiveness is Jesus' commentary on each of the workbook lessons, the 365 lessons in A Course in Miracles. And I'm sure you've probably all heard, if you're not a Course student, that the Course was dictated by Jesus. It was scribed by Helen Schuckman. But there's some other books that have come out in the recent years that are also Jesus' work. And one of them is A Year of Forgiveness. I love this book. Oh my gosh. So let me read to you. It's from lesson 138, which is, heaven is a decision I must make. And in this book, Jesus starts every one of these commentaries with this. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. And he starts all the lessons that way. Now let's see what he says about heaven is a decision I must make. Heaven can be here on earth in that sense. The suffering, deep pain, guilt, and shame you feel on this plane in these lower 3D realms is completely unnecessary. Even though you are in separation, when you have the happy dream, you have a much better time of it. When you see with the right side of your consciousness, the loving side of your consciousness, the suffering, pain, guilt, and shame and sickness begin to fade. And they begin to fade away. When you decide with the ego's thought system, you are in pain. When in pain, it is hard to imagine that you could be in a sort of heaven on this earth plane. But you can once you raise your frequency through the practice of forgiveness as described in the text of the course. Once you have decided to choose love as often as you can during the day by respecting and giving to yourself and others, you invest in your own mental clarification. Yes, your work continues after the 365 lessons in the course. I got to stop and tell you that I was so glad to read that line. I've been doing the lessons in A Course in Miracles for 40 years now, since 1983. I bet I haven't missed 10, 12 days in those 40 years of doing my lessons. And I'm still working on it. I just thought I was a slow learner. And he goes, no, your work continues after you read the lessons. And oh, shoo. It's not as bad as I thought, right? So you just keep doing the work after you do the 365 lessons. It says, then you will practice forgiveness and use these lessons as your thoughts. You will ruminate less on things and experience these kind of statements as your internal dialogue. When the lessons from A Course in Miracles has become your internal dialogue, rather than having the endless ruminations of fear, judgment, hate, and guilt that brought you to this place, you lead a different life indeed. It seems as if heaven is on earth compared to the deep suffering you used to experience. As you evolve, you will see that the more you forgive your brothers and sisters, the more you love humanity, the closer you come to home, and the closer you come to heaven. Heaven is merely a state of mind in which all things are accepted and all beings are equally respected and loved. In that respect and love, you find peace, joy, and self-appreciation. And then he ends, as he does all these lessons, I am that one you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you again tomorrow. Is that beautiful? I'm going to read that last part again. It tells you what heaven is. Listen to this. Heaven is merely a state of mind in which all things are accepted. You cannot accept and judge. Okay? If you can't accept it, you've judged it. Drop your judgment. Heaven is merely a state of mind in which all things are accepted and all beings are equally respected and loved. Every one of them. I'll bet each one of you can think of somebody right now you're going, boy, they'd be hard to love. Well, they may be, but you got to do it. All right? You got to do it. In that respect and love, you find peace, joy, and self-appreciation. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we will see you again tomorrow. Folks, keep forgiving. Let go of your judgment is really what that means. Just drop your judgment, and you'll know when you need to do that. You won't feel peace. You won't feel love. You won't feel joy. It's pretty simple. Just keep forgiving. And when you do, you're going to see love all around. You're going to see sin no more. You're going to see peace on earth. That's what you'll find. You'll be one with everyone you see. You'll be no more separation. And love is who you will be. But remember, if heaven's door starts growing dim, Spirit will tell you, forgive some more. Turn perception back to Him, and you'll be knocking on heaven's door. I'll see you all at the door. All right? God bless you.
Thank you. This is our happy dream.
This is it. Oh, yeah, I'm here.
This is our happy dream. Time for our offertory, and thank you again for all those good words. If you would take your offertory in your hands and say the blessing with me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. You say, thank you, God. And so it is. And so Lolita and Walter will come forward, and I want to thank them again for stepping in to be the ushers. And so they're coming in to get your offertory. And then Just in reference to time, there's other ways to give, and you all know the drill. So,
Okay. Peter? Want
Yeah.
to introduce your song?
Yeah, that's a song I wrote a while ago.
Peter took the Course in Miracles, by the way. I mean, he
Yeah.
did it for a long time.
I stopped after about 3 years, but I might be inspired again. So I wrote this song. It's called And Love. And since the talk is about heaven, boy, we're really plugging the pearly gates today. So this song starts about the same way. Heaven's not a place high above the earth. Heaven is not far out in the universe. It is right here in you and me. Heaven's not a place just for religious folk. Heaven is not there just for the Catholic Pope. It is for people like you and me. All we need to get there is to be right here and love. And love. Peace is not a treaty signed in Washington.
Peace is not a promise made in Lebanon.
It is right here in you and me. Peace is not a right just for the powerful and strong.
Peace is not for countries with the atom bomb.
It is for people like you and me. All we need to get there is to be right here and love.
And love.
And love. Joy's not in the wallet of a lotto king.
Joy's not in the sparkle of a diamond ring.
It is right here in you and me. Joy's not just for athletes with a medal made of gold.
Joy's not just there for the adventurous and bold.
It is for people like you and me. All we need to get there is to be right here and love. And love. Love is not a song in the music scene.
Love is not a drama on the silver screen.
It is right here in you and me. Love is not a privilege for couples that are young.
Love is not just there for babies and their moms.
It is for people like you and me.
What do we need?
All we need to get there is to be right here and love. And love. All we need to get there is to be right here and love. And love. All we need to get there is to be right here and love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Betsy, Joe, and Peter. Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for the offering, and we'll give the offertory blessing. Thank you, God, for the blessings of these generous gifts today. We anoint this offering with your presence and power, committing it to your purpose in our ministry and in the world, to bring the blessing of your grace and good to one and all. Thank you, God, and so it is. Just last reminders, if you have any questions about the path, Susan is at the door to answer questions and possibly take a tour. Qigong in the pavilion and Reverend Tony's workshop happening. All good things. We'll stand for the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well ski.